shirt if you guys didn't notice before. But yeah, that's his.
And Jeff paid me a good $25 for that shirt, so thank you very much, Jeff. Nice. So we're going to go ahead. All 4 players are ready. We are going to count it down. Let's get it started, and I think the audience wants to hear you count it down, Chris. So,
all right. Okay, I think I can average that out. Joseph looks good to go. 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
So
I did that pretty good. Nice. And we're off. Pokenerd. Okay, he just got started. Jeff's perspective. I actually watch Jeff's streams, and usually you see like the front-facing camera, but this time he's like angled for the benefit of our viewers here. We all like to arrange our cameras so that it looks like they're playing on the playfield for our stream setup, so that's appreciated. Yep. Pokenerd building really high. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. First blood in that match, and boom, Tetris for Joseph with a 1 Tetris lead up on top. And both Jeff and Pokenerd building really high. Boom, Tetris for Jeff as he takes a 1 Tetris lead early on. Meanwhile, Joseph up by 2 now. Boom, Tetris for Joseph. Boom, Tetris for Moodeuce.
Pokenerd weathering a little bit of a drought down the bottom and up kind of high. So, all right, able to burn and get a Tetris. And so does Jeff.
Yeah. But yeah, Pokenerd and Jeff building really high early on. And now Joseph showing his ability to do that. And boom, Tetris for Joseph. Boom, Tetris for Joseph again. Banging down the Tetrises like we know he's capable of. And Moodeuce has a bit of catching up to do, a Tetris and a half behind. He's going to have to burn a line there, but he's back to being Tetris ready. Nope, he cleared it off and readied again. Meanwhile, Jeff up to a 1 Tetris lead over Pokenerd. They're both building fairly high. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. And up on top, boom, Tetris for Joseph. Moodeuce taking it back just a bit. Joseph now at 185,000 points. Moodeuce at 147. Moodeuce doing more line clears than Joseph, so there's a point deficit there. Pokenerd building way up.
Now, Chris, in the legend here, Joseph versus Moodeuce, Moodeuce was shown in that example as beating Joseph, and I think if we don't get Kingsman in here, that has no chance of happening. So we're working on getting him in here.
Okay, I'll have to channel Kingsman in my next Tetris line clear. Bangarang! Tetris for Joseph. And Moodeuce has a hangarang with the Z piece. Is he going to get the long bar to bail him out of this? Oh no! Way up there. Oh, Joseph playing safely right there, and no, the hangarang leads to, and Moodeuce is done. GG's.
It is really like he's actually in here. And
I'm doing my best, I swear.
All right, so we've got...
I'm so sorry. Kingsman, if this is not okay,
it's okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, it is okay, because I did an entire stream where I just did my Kingsvan character. And, yeah. And it really taught him how to do his own character, actually, believe it or not. He learned from it. He was taking notes. He's like, oh, I should be doing
I've never even tried it before, but I just love his commentary, so it just seems kind of natural,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Well, I think you found something within yourself here, Chris. All right, so let's go ahead and get them started once they're ready up top.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, on the bottom, Jeff up to 100,000 point lead. Pokenerd building high. They're about a little more than halfway to transition there. Pokenerd navigating a drought as we start our second matchup on top. Second game. And I believe Joseph needs a heart.
Oh, Joseph does need a heart. Thank you. Yes.
Not figuratively, but literally.
No, the man.
Joseph, of course, being a great role model and leader of our community, definitely has all the heart that people need to be inspired by.
So now down at the bottom, we've got Jeff 406 through 86 lines and 281 for Pokenerd.
Pokenerd behind, but see some joy in that face. I think he's enjoying the game. Jeff building low, Pokenerd building high now. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. Reducing the deficit, we're still having a huge lead for Jeff, still up by 100,000 points at 457,000 points versus Pokenerd's 351,000. And Joseph building, making Tetrises. He's up by 2 now.
Yeah, Joseph with the aggressive setup in column 9 there. Usually if you put a long bar on top of a 3 high, for a lot of people that counts as aggressive. For Joseph, no problem.
And we're showing here that Moodeuce is a DAS player, and of course Joseph being the hyper tapper. And on the bottom, it's reversed with Jeff being the DAS player and Pokenerd being the hyper tapper. So different styles for the players. And yet being interesting because Jeff with a 100,000 point lead, now 10 lines away from transition. Pokenerd reducing the deficit there with that Tetris. And he will go into transition with the next line clear. And you'll do it with the Tetris. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. Still 1 Tetris away from level 19 speeds. Moodeuce building up high on the game up top. And Jeff going into level 19 now, maintaining his 100,000 point lead. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. Jeff doing a couple of line clears to keep it safe. Covered up as well. See how long he has to kind of be in a little dig here. Yeah, he put a lot of weight on as well, so he's going to be in digging phase for a while. Pokenerd has a chance to catch up, but he's got a situation he will not be able to get out of. And Pokenerd tops out. Jeff takes the first round.
Yeah, and Jeff was in the process of topping out himself, so Pokenerd kind of doing Jeff a favor there, because if Pokenerd had kept it low there, he was within only, just a handful of Tetrises, so kind of Jeff squeaking one out there, so Jeff's going to get a heart. We'll start.
Both players playing solid in the early phase of that game, but once level 19 hits, if you're not ready for it, then like some people say, it's like jumping into a frozen swimming pool naked or something. So you think you're ready and you never are.
Now let me go ahead and make sure I'm showing the player bios. So there you go.
Right.
And and Moodeuce topped out while we're memeing here. Moodeuce tops out.
Just like that. And he's done. GG.
Well, we don't need you to do that anymore, Chris, because I think Kingsman is here in our chat, but I can't hear him. I can see his little green ring moving around, but I can't hear him. So,
well, hopefully you can hear me now.
All right,
fellas. There you go. Boom! That was not a boom for Moodeuce. It's a boom down and out. Oh my God, Chris! I don't even need to really be here. It's just you did a phenomenal job. You are truly now the king, the legend himself, commentating. Fantastic! Oh my God.
Yeah. Now this is maybe because Moodeuce finds himself down 2-0 against Joseph, and so I think this is what Moodeuce is going to need if he's going to make this prophecy come true. Down 2-0 against
Chat
Joseph.
Chat is calling
right now
for the reverse sweep.
The chat wants to see the reverse sweep. Moodeuce can do it. He is the greatest DAS player of all time. And he's taking on the 2-time world champion here, ladies and gentlemen. I believe in him. Let's back him up. Back up move, baby. The Moo crew is here. Let's go. They're ready.
All right.
Boom, Tetris for Jeff in the meantime. And smiles all around from Pokenerd. I just love seeing someone enjoying the game like that. I haven't seen anything like it till today, so you just keep it up, Pokenerd. You're doing great. Jeff only up by a little bit less than a Tetris right now as we go into... We're only 20 lines into this game.
And we're just getting started on the top there, so... The prophecy has been foretold, ladies and gentlemen. Moodeuce is down 2-0, but the reverse sweep pipe has begun. Let him and all of the Moo crew reign. Let's see if he can do it. Can he get it done? Maybe one. We start with one and we work our way there. And a couple of Tetrises. Boom! Tetris there for Moodeuce. You know it. I had to do it with Tang here in the house.
Nice. And Joseph setting up a T-spin to keep things clean. He's playing way up high. This could be... I mean, we know Joseph can get out of this, but you never know sometimes. Maybe the mental pressure from having to play a prophesized match. And Joseph burning it down, keeping it clean. managing to stave off trouble there. Meanwhile, Jeff
getting high there.
lead.
Yeah, Chris, he was getting up real high up there, but that tapping ability of the world champion shows you that he can get out of just any mess. There was a really, really high. Any other DAS player, that is almost certain doom. But for him, with those hyper taps, amazing.
You're missing it. Moodeuce had a brief lead.
Oh my God! How did we
You're
miss
neck and
that?
neck.
And he's gonna Tetris into the lead again.
Oh, look at that!
Boom, Tetris for Joseph.
They're going
We are
back
neck
and
and
forth. And there's another one. Boom! Tetris for Moodeuce. He is in the lead, baby. Wow. The prophecy is being fulfilled as we speak. You are watching history being made, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Intense action at the top.
Both players reigning. Tetris is down on the bottom now. Jeff at 305,000 points versus Pokenerd's 245,000 points. 50,000 points, 59,000 points behind.
And he's in trouble here at the top. He's trying to burn away, get that right side open. Oh, man, he finally got it, but he's got a little bit of a kind of overhang happening on that right side. Could be trouble if he doesn't get the right pieces here, Chris.
That is an interesting line clear he has to do to take away that garbage kind of just hanging there in the middle.
And
he does it with a triple.
Yeah, very nicely done.
But Moodeuce in the lead. 195,000 points versus Joseph's 182.
So it looks like Moodeuce, the sleeper, has awakened. He is finding his groove after those two first rough starts, and now he is looking to get an onslaught going against the world champion. We believe in him. He can do it. As he continues to play on, he's got Didion looking on in the background. Again, Joseph getting up a little high. Does hit a Tetris, get a hole in his stack, so it's going to deny him another one. He's going to try to cut it down here, while Moodeuce will continue to build up. On the bottom, Jeff is really pouring on some points. He is taking a nice lead as he and the Pokenerd do battle in game number 2.
Yeah, Pokenerd keeping up pace there. Doing a few more line clears, and Jeff's lead is growing. We've seen it about as high as 100,000 points before, but it's right there at 84,000 now. At Jeff at 452,000 points, and Pokenerd at 396 on a max out pace as we cross the threshold of 100 lines. Meanwhile, up on top, Joseph playing on row 2 there, playing up high.
Yeah, he's stacking over to that left side. It's usually pretty much trademark of Joseph. He loves stacking up that left so he can get these skims scores on the right, and he adds S-spin to help. He's building up on a row 2, but now he's got about a little more than 2 Tetris lead as we are past the halfway mark, approaching 100 lines almost. Moodeuce behind on line, so that's going to help him out. It's only 36,000 points down.
Yeah, Jeff's in a dig right now, and this is Pokenerd's chance to catch up, and he does, now up by 10,000 points. 476,000 points versus Jeff's 469. So Pokenerd has taken the lead now. Jeff in the dig mode. Let's see what happens as they're just about 10 lines away from transition now. Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
Moodeuce is
neck and
keeping
neck
up here. Yeah, he's keeping up. Moodeuce is keeping up here. They're getting a little neck and neck there at the top. Only a 36,000 point spread for the world champion. Moodeuce in a little bit of a drought, but of course Lombard comes after he's had to block the well. Now he's going to play a little high up top. Oh man, that quick tap there from Moodeuce. Stays alive. Let's put a Lombard over in column 8. Oh, Chris, he's getting up a little high now.
Mayfield is getting messy. Let's get something over to the left. He does. Meanwhile, Jeff and Pokenerd still neck and neck after level 19 speeds.
Both what a quick
Mayfield.
Ooh, yeah. Oh my God, Moodeuce with an amazing quick tap of the line bar to get that all the way over. Full dash charge needed, and he is digging out as he knows we're getting closer. There it is! Oh yes! Boom! Tetris for Moodeuce. What a dig at the top! Oh, boom, the greatest dash player in the world. He's done it. Stays alive. And at the bottom, Chris, there's a war going on between Jeff and the Pokenerd. About 2 Tetrises, the difference, just under that.
Yeah, Jeff with a slight lead. Jeff having to take a triple, and Pokenerd was Tetris ready, but had to burn a single, and there it is. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd.
And here we go. We got transitions at the top. Here we go. Yes, can Moodeuce do it? He's only down 109,000 points, and Joseph having a little trouble at the top, but he's starting to burn away. He's getting that left side opened.
Boom, Tetris for Moodeuce.
Yes. Moodeuce is clean at the bottom of the building on
Pokenerd
20.
has trouble and topped out. Jeff's going to take round 2.
So nice job there by Boom Tetris for Jeff. There's a Tetris here for Joseph. He's off and running. 534 to 414. Moodeuce needs some help on this left side. Getting some helpful pieces. Oh no! He hung the long bar. The hangerang. Yeah, Chris on the left, and that's it. He's done. Oh no! Moodeuce, the savior of DAS players all around, has fallen to the world champ 3-0. GG's.
And game 4 is no more.
Hopefully we'll get to there at some point, but yeah. Oh man, GG's to the guys at top there. Absolutely entertaining game number 3, and congrats to Jeff on the bottom. He's got a 2-0 lead on the Pokenerd. Chris, it was an honor to call that game at the top.
Glad that you got in on that. That was
I appreciate it. Working with a legend like you, and of course the greatest organizer of all time, Vandweller. He is my idol and my inspiration for everything. I appreciate the moment, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right. Well, it was a real pleasure. We did everything we could to make this thing happen, and it's sometimes things don't always line up the way you want, but happy to have Kingsman here. So thanks a lot, King. And yeah, great work the last 2 weeks here on Classic Tetris 2. So hopefully we'll see more of you. And I think we're going to see King next weekend during Stupid Tetris Monthly on Sunday right here on this Classic Tetris 1. So cool.
Yeah, meanwhile, we'll get game 3 here started in this series. Jeff versus Pokenerd. Pokenerd down 2 games, and this is still the first elimination bracket, so whoever wins or loses, we'll still be seeing more of them.
That's right.
Pokenerd just having fun with this. I just love seeing that.
Yeah, look at that, look at that grip he's got here.
Yeah, it's got the vertical grip there.
Kind of the remote control grip, you've got a TV remote control grip. But yeah, so just for those of you who are joining us for the first time today, this is a double elimination 8-player sort of mini tournament to determine who goes into the final 8, which will be played on December 6th, I believe, so just about a month from now. So Moodeuce is not out of it. You will see him momentarily in the losers bracket playing the loser of this game right here. So, and then if Joseph, of course, will be playing the winner of this game.
Yep. Boom Tetris for Jeff. We're still early on here, game 3 of this series. Boom Tetris for Jeff. And Pokenerd having to clear off a double that's going to allow Jeff to maintain that lead, but boom Tetris for Pokenerd. We are neck and neck early on. And Jeff being a DAS player, and as we go through this top 64, there different play styles have been. A lot of people are saying that the hyper tappers are dominating now, but you've got players like Jeff who are still using DAS, representing the veterans as well. And even though a lot of the newer players play primarily on stream, you have players like Jeff who have also started streaming. So we're all evolving and improving. And even Jeff's play style, where he used to play really risky on the left, just like stacking things over there, which is one of the things that made his play style distinct. He can play both ways now. He can play risky when he wants to, and also keep it low and safe. So we're seeing higher scores out of him too.
Yeah, Jeff.
Pokenerd taking the lead.
Yeah, you got about a half Tetris lead, and actually Tetris is to add to that lead. So 216 Pokenerd, 180 for Jeff. And yeah, Jeff, kind of one of the sort of early adopters, after 2018 when Joseph won and more of a spotlight was kind of shining on the online scene. Jeff was, kind of one of the early sort of kind of traditional in-person players to sort of say, hey, how do I get involved in this? Mm-hmm. And he's been very active, even hosting his own events called Tetris Unfriendlies.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And I remember watching Jeff's early streams before he was stencil ready, and he was just, playing Tetris on stream, and people were tuning in and enjoying it. And how about a shout out to his wife, Kim, for being a fantastic player, getting better and better. almost even qualifying for a bracket this year.
Yeah, and she plays a lot online too, and of course she was a participant, I believe, in was it 2014, 2015 CTWC, so she even made the bracket one year as well. So a Tetris power couple.
The family that stays together plays Tetris together, so it's great to see. I just love seeing both the whole family improving and sharing such a positive game and experience together like that.
Jeff, of course, one of the few DAS players with a 1.2 million on his resume, so certainly no slouch here and capable of putting up a huge score. Jeff's going to Tetris 346 and Pokenerd 306.
Now, looking at the online facts here, Pokenerd lists paddleboarding and eating as his non-gaming hobbies, and Jeff doesn't have anything. Huh, that's interesting.
No hobbies. That's it.
And when you're a meme, Tetris is all you need, I guess. But yeah, once again, Pokenerd is playing from Hawaii, representing South Korea, and he lists as his rival Ian, and I think Ian's also a Hawaii player, so it's good seeing our format spreading all across the world, even to where I came from, Hawaii, which is got a great gaming culture, and I love seeing it represented here.
Oh, Pokenerd with the double tuck of the TP over, and
nice.
Yeah, very nice. There's a couple of ways to attack that. One is to hyper tap, tuck that in, and one is to do this sort of spin tuck, but he chose to double tap it in. 408 Pokenerd, 427 Jeff.
Neck and neck. Just past the 100 line threshold, so transition's coming. And that first game, that changed the complexion of the match with both players topping out. Let's see if it happens differently this time. Make the adjustment to play safer. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. He's slightly ahead on lines and in the lead. We're neck and neck again with Jeff making that Tetris. And Jeff, line dependent on the left, uses the long bar to fill it in. And Pokenerd is almost Tetris ready here. We'll do it with that block.
Yeah, super neck and neck heading into transition right now.
Same number of lines almost. And Pokenerd in a drought, having to take the triple into transition. It's up a bit high. And both players having to burn down a bit to get manageable. But they are now back in the safety zone, playing low to the bottom. Just hitting Jeff at level 19, Pokenerd at level 20. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. Jeff waiting on a line bar. He has to clear a couple of singles. So Pokenerd with a very slight lead now. Jeff having to burn a double. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. With Pokenerd still in the lead. Neck and neck scores. Pokenerd, Tetris ready. Jeff banging down a Tetris. And boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. Still maintaining that half Tetris lead. And as the memes go, this had to be a neck and neck match, and we are seeing it. Both players kind of in a drought situation here. Pokenerd 23 lines, Jeff at 16. And boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. Finally out of the drought, now up by a Tetris, and Jeff's still waiting on his long bar. There it is. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. And just one Tetris apart. Jeff at 673,000 points, Pokenerd at 702. Jeff with a high-speed tuck there. And now both players are having to deal with some holes forming in their field.
T's a great piece for Pokenerd over on the right side, so it looks like he's going to get out of this. And Jeff really not in a position to take advantage of Pokenerd burning it all. Because he's burning himself.
Right. Yeah, they both hit that dig mode at about the same time, so no change in score. We were at a 571 point difference there. Really close, really neck and neck. Oh, and Jeff covers up as well with that, trying to keep his playfield clean. And now he's long bar dependent. Manages to stay alive there, but he needs some better pieces to drill back down. Pokenerd's Tetris ready. Boom, Tetris Pokenerd up at the biggest point difference we've seen in this match thus far. 90,000 points, 820,000 points.
Oh, and Jeff flailing about here. Jeff's going to top out.
Jeff tops out, and Pokenerd takes one, staying in this match. And Pokenerd, with that smile and jubilation, pointing at the camera, saying, "Jeff, I got you."
All right, as soon as we get it ready from the again, we will start game 4. And yeah, Jeff, as mentioned before, Jeff, one of the few DAS players to have a 1.2 million, and actually has the 4th highest score ever put up by a DAS player, behind Harry Hong, Quaid, and Pixelandy, who you may have seen yesterday. So do some stuff, which I will not spoil.
But yeah, Jeff being another hero of the DAS movement and doing very well here in the tournament thus far.
All right, Pokenerd kill screen here with a 916, so flexing a little bit on Jeff, saying, "Hey, I belong here. I don't care who you are, Jeff, meme, whatever. I'm here." Awesome.
Yeah, I love that camera point. That's some good personality here. That's why I love our format, just mandating that we got the cameras in place so everybody can shine, not just in their games, but as entertaining people as well.
All right, just waiting on a ready from Jeff Moore from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, and as far as regionals go, there's a regional qualifier for the CTWC here in Arizona, and Jeff comes down here for it since we don't have one in Vegas, so Phoenix, Arizona is the closest one to him. Yeah. So I like seeing him here physically every year.
And that's a good point. Why isn't there one in Vegas? I would go to that. What the heck? Why not?
Well, as we expand around the world, as gaming events, hopefully gaming events will start to happen again. Then we'll have more regionals and hopefully have one in Vegas as well. But I like seeing Jeff here in Arizona, so why not?
Now, another interesting stat coming from our stats team here is, we talked about Kim earlier, Jeff's wife being a Tetris player. She recently, over the last several months, has increased her personal best by a good margin, and now it's almost a max out, 950,000. And that actually overtakes Heather and Jonas for the highest combined couple PB. At least according to what we have. We don't know 100% because I know there's another max out couple, which is...
How about the Steins?
Well, that's what I was going to say, Kristen Stein. But I don't think Jake or Kristen have like 1.1s or 1.2s. I think that's... So I think that's...
I believe they both maxed out, though.
They've definitely both maxed out. But I think they come in at probably, 2.0 million, whereas the Moors are 2.1 million.
Jeff having to clear a single there, so Pokenerd up to an early lead now. 24-25 lines in. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. Pokenerd just enjoying this game. I talk about how I want to watch Dog and his gameplay. I want to watch Pokenerd and enjoy playing a video game like this.
Yeah.
There's something to be learned here.
Look how high he is here.
Wow.
So there's this really fun culture that's sort of emerged where a lot of these younger players get together on Discord and these sort of private chat channels and then just, play even in the middle of competition. So you will see a lot of these younger players kind of laughing and talking, and you wonder who they're talking to. They're in these chat channels, like these private chat channels, talking with their friends while they're competing.
Yeah, I was watching Sodium Overdose on the Classic Tetris 2 VOD, catching up and making sure I was up to speed on everything. I believe he was doing that as well. I think there's another player I saw doing that too. 2 days or in the first weekend. But yeah, that seems like a lot of fun. Like having your community behind you while you play.
Yeah, we've had a couple of CTM Masters finals where the two competitors are talking to each other and just kind of memeing in the against each other. We saw that with Joseph and Brodendamp. Not to spoil a couple months ago, but that's what happened. 288 for Jeff now after Tetris 310. Pokenerd 200k.
So yeah, Jeff up to a big lead now. Just raining down the Tetrises in that last segment. 132,000 point lead at 333,000 versus Pokenerd's 202,000. Boom Tetris for Pokenerd. And Boom Tetris for Pokenerd again, catching up quite a bit with those two Tetrises back to back. Now down by 87,000 points. And he's going to build a row 2 Tetris, slightly dirty. You can get that long bar, and there it is. Boom Tetris for Pokenerd. Jeff now having to do a couple of singles just to keep things neat. Waiting for a long bar now. Having to take a triple. So Jeff's compromised on his score there a bit, allowing Pokenerd to catch up. 76,000 points down now. And Pokenerd's playfield needing some cleanup as well. So he's going to drill back down. I think he's going to keep that well on row 2. Boom Tetris for Pokenerd, taking that slightly dirty Tetris. Probably the right thing to do. He's going to have to catch up to Jeff as we approach line 100. And Jeff keeping things super clean. Now his playfield's in great shape, not needing to compromise on burns with a setup like that. There's that solid structure. And boom Tetris for Jeff. 94,000 point lead. But Pokenerd playing up high and clean. Taking a double there, but bangs down to Tetris. Pokenerd keeping that row 2 Tetris well with another Tetris. Boom Tetris for Jeff. Maintaining that lead now, up 92,000 points at 464,000 points versus Pokenerd's 373. And Pokenerd can finally clear off that row 1 garbage, but no, he's going to be building on top of it. Keeping that well, even though we're 15 lines from transition. Boom Tetris for Pokenerd. Let's see if he keeps that well or if he wants to clean up, because level 19 is coming. Jeff with a bit of cleanup to do now. Nothing he can't handle. It's just that transition is coming in 5 lines.
Yeah, trying to find something for that right side to clear open that little hole in column 5. He finds it, but he's going to probably transition a little dirty here.
Okay, just in time, he cleans it up. And he's open, level 19.
Oh, and Pokenerd with a little bit of a drought. Look how high he is.
Yeah, he's...
And holding it. Oh, Pokenerd's going to top out.
He was gambling on that long bar coming in. It didn't. And Jeff's going to take this match. But Pokenerd's still in it. He's going to the second chance bracket. With a thumbs up. We'll be seeing him again.
All right, yes. Just so, as a reminder to those of you watching, this is a double elimination tournament. So we will see Pokenerd and we will see Moodeuce play against each other here in the losers bracket. Let's go ahead and show you.
So we've got our North American match up top and the international challenge on the bottom. South Korea in Hawaii, but representing South Korea is Pokenerd, and Moodeuce representing Australia. Huge in the scene for our online community in Australia. And I guess I'll count this down because it's that time. 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Yeah, you're either in like a cave when you do that, or you're like falling down a hole or something, you know, like with Darth Vader. Just like, oh, you know, I love it. I love the reverb. It's amazing.
And now we've got Pokenerd on the left, Moo on the right, and Joseph and Jeff up on top. Jeff building up high early. Boom Tetris for Jeff. Joseph also having made a Tetris. We are dead even. Joseph building high now. Waiting for the long bar. We're in a drought situation, but finally gets a long bar and burns down the Tetris. Meanwhile, on the bottom, pretty much even there. Pokenerd building up high on the left, and Moodeuce keeping it low.
Yep.
Jeff having some situation, a lot of tucks. And
yeah, he's kind of all in here on the right.
High, and he's dangerous.
Can't burn at all. Needs something to throw down there. Still open, but now he's in a real situation here.
Huge drought. 30 piece finally getting the long bar. Almost too late to save, but he gets out of it in time. Digging back down. If you don't know, Jeff's Twitch name is actually Digging Out, and he's digging out.
Yeah, quick tapping a piece over to the left, and Jeff's gonna be safe.
Barely getting that long bar over to the left, but Jeff does it. Proving that tenacity. Wow.
Yeah, and he's clean.
and he's not even that far behind on points.
No, just
Joseph having to
Tetrises.
do some burns there. Boom, Tetris for Joseph. Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
Down to the bottom, 129 for Pokenerd, 147 for Moodeuce.
But what a dig by Jeff.
Yeah, amazing. And that's what he's known for, digging out.
Digging out. And boom, Tetris for Joseph. More into the lead now. 40,000 points up at 176,000 points versus Jeff's 135. And Jeff looking to capitalize once he gets the log bars. There's one. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. And another Tetris for Jeff. Only behind by 17,000 points now, catching up. Joseph hitting another Tetris there. And he's building for another.
Down the bottom, 207 Pokenerd, 183 Moodeuce. Moodeuce cleans up a sort of jagged well down the right side with a nice Z-tuck. I'm going to take a few burns here.
Yeah, Moodeuce having to compromise on score there quite a bit, just not having a standard well set up. He opts for a dirty triple. And boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. 35,000 points ahead now. 234,000 points versus Moodeuce's 199. And we're about halfway to transition on that game down there. Oh, finally Moodeuce has a really nice setup. Fairly clean. Looking to score. He's waiting for the long bar, but he's in a 17-18 piece drought now. Boom, Tetris for Moodeuce. Finally getting some momentum back. Up on top, Joseph has opened up a 59,000 point lead. Jeff banging down a Tetris. They start to approach the 100 line mark. Jeff using a log bar to fill it in. Waiting to score. Boom, Tetris for Jeff. Getting a little closer in score now.
Yeah, down the bottom, 330 Pokenerd, 273 for Moodeuce. And kind of lower, paces here for Moodeuce than I think he would like for 88 lines, but certainly not super far behind. Only really, a couple of Tetrises behind, so he's got time.
Jeff having to take some singles, keeping his playfield safe. Joseph with a very high dirty Tetris there. And Jeff building up high. Looking to score, but another drought. Ooh.
Yeah.
Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
Yeah, has to mess
Having
up
a
his
mess
left
on the
side,
left.
though. He's got
Yeah, his
another
left
one
side.
going.
Okay, he's going to put himself into dig mode here. Opting not to wait for the long bar there. That might be the right choice, but he's not going to be able to score for a while. Oh, he's getting the right pieces to dig back down.
Yeah.
He still needs the long bar for the right. Finally gets it with a double. And meanwhile, Joseph's opened up a pretty big lead now, 117,000 points, as we get within 16 lines of transition.
Jeff trying to clear this down before 19 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Would not be able to weather this as easily as Joseph might, as a DAS player. But he's got, 5-6 rows of garbage on top of his Tetris well on the right, and he's 6 lines from level 19 transition, so he needs to clear this down efficiently, and he's going to.
Just in time, he got clean, and he's waiting for the log bar again. Joseph is farther from transition than Jeff is. Jeff will hit level 19 with the next line clear here, and he transitions. He gets the log bar, but now he's gonna have to do a tuck to keep clean there. Oh, and he hangs a T on the left. I think he'll be okay if he can get the log bar over to the left when it comes. Okay, he manages to use the J to keep it burnable.
So
and
tough for Jeff right now.
Piece dependent, yeah.
Down the bottom, we've got transitions. Pokenerd 453 and Moo about to transition. He's at 390 with a Tetris in a transition.
And Moo having to take some more burns. So Pokenerd jumping into a lead here.
Oh no, Jeff.
And Jeff tops out. He wasn't in the best shape pre and post transition there, and Joseph's going to take this one.
Oof, GG, says Jeff.
And Moodeuce playing safe on the bottom. Pokenerd playing up higher. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. Now up by 100,000 points at 540,000 points versus Moodeuce's 455. starting another game up on top.
Kind of spiraling out of control here for Moodeuce. He's going to have to clean this up. He's already 84,000 points behind, and this might not be survivable.
Ooh. Yeah, some rough flips there, and just holes are stacking on top of each other, and Moodeuce is not going to be able to pull out of that. Pokenerd takes this one.
All right, Pokenerd with the heart.
Meanwhile, on top, just getting started over there. Joseph up by 1 Tetris. Jeff with the tuck situation uses that spin, keep things clean. Boom Tetris for Jeff. Still within a couple of Tetrises with each other. Moodeuce having a start there where you have to tuck pieces. I always think the game's trolling me when it gives me pieces that force me to tuck before I'm even able to build anything else.
Yeah, S's and Z's as your first piece. It's like, come on, man. I already know I'm not going to like the game when it's doing it.
Yep.
All right, so players getting started down below. Moodeuce a little bit high there. It's going to get a Tetris, though, and he's actually already set up for another one. Now, a little bit of the lore behind the parrot, just to not to get too deep into it, but Moodeuce has always had this parrot hanging on the wall behind him in his online streams, for a couple of years. And, people are like, what's up with that parrot? And he also is known for these kind of theoretical screeds on parity, which is a concept about how jagged your stack is on top, right? And so at one point, people put 2 and 2 together and said, parity, feels parity, he's got a parrot. So now he's got a parrot emote. And the parrot is kind of taking center stage.
Pokenerd building a overhang. What is he going to put down there? I guess he's going to try to build a skim down from the top there. Okay.
All right, 101 for Pokenerd, 99,000 for Moodeuce. And up top, 233 for Joseph, 215 Jeff.
Yeah, Pokenerd took some burns there, so that allows Moodeuce to take the lead now, up by 1 Tetris. For a while, the points were even. Joseph up by a Tetris and a half.
Yeah, Pokenerd kind of in burn mode here. He actually uncovers a Tetris well here. Needs a quick long bar, though.
Yeah, he's building up way high. And he finally gets the long bar. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. They're neck and neck. Still early on. And Joseph maintaining a 2 Tetris lead now over Jeff. And Jeff making a Tetris. About halfway to transition now.
Yeah, 183 Pokenerd, 182 Moodeuce, so neck and neck down the bottom.
Jeff having to take a triple, but goes into a Tetris. And Jeff building for another. Finally, somewhat catching up. Now he's still within 2 Tetrises. Pokenerd with some holes in the bottom of his field there. He's ahead, but this is Moodeuce's chance to catch up. Pokenerd choosing to play off the play field now. He could burn it down, but it looks like he's going to keep that dirty well. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. Propped up on row 3 there, and he's going to keep it.
Yeah, so Moodeuce still within about a Tetris.
Yeah, Pokenerd playing dirty here. In a good way.
Yeah, pretty much the whole time. Yeah, I mean, one or 2 rows off the bottom the whole time.
And if you're comfortable with that, then, you don't have to waste those lines.
Well, Moodeuce getting up high. This is going to be real tough because he's going to need a piece over on the left. He's going to have to chop this down with L's. And he gets a couple of L's here.
Vaulting the L, but not enough.
And Pokenerd is already good and gets the heart.
Meanwhile, Jeff playing really high up top. He's at 117 lines, so he needs to get his house in order right away. And with the dirty triple, that'll help a lot. He's drilling back down. And just like that, he's safe again.
Yeah, it's miraculous how, these guys can be just admired in these digs for, 20, 30, 40 pieces. And then as soon as transition hits, they're just like, they just bring it all down in within the span of 10 pieces.
Yeah, Jeff was in the lead for a very short amount of time there. But now that transition's hit, Jeff's ahead a little bit by lines. Joseph will hit level 19 now with that Tetris. And they're pretty much neck and neck, just with Jeff being slightly ahead on lines, making Joseph slightly have a bit more scoring potential when it comes down to the end game here. Yeah, we're off to level 19 speeds. Jeff finally nice and clean, getting ready to score again. Joseph playing really well now, up into a big lead now, 991,000 points ahead at 631,000 points. Jeff at 539. Jeff waiting for the long bar, having to clean up on top of his well now. Ooh. It's these droughts that are hitting Jeff really hard. Barely hanging in there.
It needs something from the left side to clear it. See, he's got that Mino over on the right side. How's he going to do this?
Getting in, but yeah, the pieces just aren't falling for Jeff right now, and Joseph's going to take another one. Okay, Pokenerd now up to a 1 Tetris lead. Building up high. Moon's got some holes to eliminate, and he does. And he's going to drill back all the way down.
Yep, 96k for Pokenerd, 65,000 for Moodeuce.
So Joseph up by 2 games now. Jeff needs to win this one to stay in the match. Otherwise, he'll be going to the second chance bracket.
Chris very diplomatic with his characterization of the name of that bracket. I just call it
it's a loser's bracket, but there may be some people that may appreciate the...
That's true. It is 2020, so let us, there are no losers. Everyone's just in a second chance.
I could be really harsh and call our silver bracket the participation trophy bracket.
That's right. Which, by the way, yeah, that's coming up, November 20... Let me take a look. November, what is it? 21st? No, 22nd. That weekend, actually. That whole weekend.
I'm looking forward to that. We're going to get to hear our superstars, Joseph and Sharky, do commentary. That's going to be really cool.
Yep, and those will be all the folks who finished 65th through 96th in our qualifying. So.
I will say this, though. We started this with a 64 player bracket, and you'd think that'd be enough to get everybody who's you're a fan of in the bracket, but we're not even close to having that be enough.
That's right. So
we have so many stars and so many great players, and things happen. So
yeah.
Having the silver bracket is great. It's even if it's not the main bracket, getting to see the players still play their best and be able to have matches, that's still a good thing.
Yeah, no doubt. 317 Pokenerd, 254 for Moodeuce here. Moodeuce actually 10 lines behind, so it has about 10 lines in hand here. And up top we got Joseph 146, Jeff 118.
Joseph having a pretty jagged board, so this is Jeff's chance to catch up.
Tetris from Moodeuce, so he's back by 80,000 points. That's a little less than 4 Tetrises.
Joseph needing a couple of lines to be able to score there. One of them came, so finally building up high. Boom Tetris for Joseph. Jeff way up high now, waiting for that long bar. And he's going to have to dig a bunch, but that's super dangerous. He's going to need the right pieces to dig out of this. He gets them. Laying that long bar flat.
Oh, he's setting up.
Yeah, playing really risky there. That's textbook YOLO Jeff from the old days, manifesting itself here in the year 2020. Love seeing it. Triple for Jeff. High up top still. Ooh, and he's putting a lot of weight on that well, so he's going to have to either do a lot of burns to get back down, or maybe he's going to build something super high and dirty. But he's going to burn it down, and he is safe again.
I can see Pokenerd was going for kind of a dirty center well Tetris. Just didn't end up getting the pieces, and finally uncovers the well. Oh, and he just blocks it just in time, of course. Still struggling, trying to keep that well open, but eventually just has to give in and say, all right, well. And he opens it again.
Some clutch moves there to stay alive. Finally opening up the well again. Now he's still waiting. Whew.
Oh, that left side for Pokenerd. Look at that.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. He needs a perfect... Wow, look at that flip.
Oh, no, and Pokenerd is going to top out at 430. So Moodeuce needs to get to 431. He's got a couple of Tetris to set up. This next Tetris for Moodeuce would do it. He actually took a burn while the long bar was coming. So if he can get a long bar here, he'll take a game. And Moodeuce. There it is.
And gets on the board. Now with one game on. Pokenerd up by 1. And we've got a series.
And up top here, 429 for Joseph. Jeff, 271.
Joseph with some physical flexing there. Gesturing. He might be maybe chatting with his...
or maybe he's telling us he wants a score check. You know, sometimes we forget the score. We get so excited or sidetracked, we forget the score checks. The players do like those.
Yeah, he's up by 158,000 points at 476,000 points, and Jeff behind at 340,000 points. As we cross the 100 line mark, Jeff actually being up by... He had to do so many dig burns there that he's up by 15 lines, 10 to 15 lines, and he's going to hit transition soon. Jeff still building up high, getting a triple there, getting droughted, and boom, Tetris for Jeff. Finally able to score off of that, but yeah, every time I look at Jeff's screen, it's almost like he's getting droughted, so he's having to... The game's kind of forcing him to play super risky, and we're seeing YOLO Jeff emerge once again, building up super high, but then getting out of situations you wouldn't think possible. Jeff hits transition, kind of up high. Missed shift there on the Z piece. Having to do a couple of burns now. Not getting the flat bottomed piece he needed to keep that clean. And he's going to be digging for a bit. And Joseph's up super high. 10 lines from transition. He's not really getting when he needs to burn that away effectively.
I think we might be stuck on the bottom here, so I'm just going to go try to fix that.
Okay. Joseph super high, getting a Tetris. Oh, Jeff giving up with a hang there, and Joseph's going to take that one and take that game in the match.
All right, just bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and try to fix the bottom one here. It's going to look a little weird for a second.
And Jeff with the GG's message, and Joseph with the thumbs up. Good game, but yeah, Jeff getting droughted a lot, playing up super high and having to do a lot of digging. And we'll see as he goes to the second chance bracket if he manages to adjust. We see him play safer, or will YOLO Jeff continue taking all the risks? You kind of need to against a competitor like Joseph.
All right, I think we're set up here on the bottom. Pokenerd was able to give a ready. I think we got some Moodeuce here. And all right, Moodeuce is able to put in a ready, so I think we're all good here. And we'll go ahead and get that started. Pokenerd up 2-1 over Moodeuce.
And Jeff with the family there. We'll be seeing him when we know the results of this other match. We'll be seeing him again.
The one thing you know about Jeff, if you watch him stream, is that his kids are always there, right? They're so cute. But whenever he streams, there's no kids in the other room. The kids are right in the room, and so you can hear everything they do. And it's kind of become sort of a fun thing about Jeff's stream. It's just kind of the kids running around in the background, like VHS kid shows or whatever. Did I say VHS? Oh my god, I'm so old. DVDs, I'm sure, in the Jeff Moore household.
I don't know. I guess you can ask. I mean, people sometimes use the old hardware for entertaining kids.
All right, we got something happening on the top here, so I'm going to let our tech team look into that. And we'll go ahead and switch over to our bottom-only scene while they figure that out.
Pokenerd playing up high with a lot of holes in his stack. He's going to have to burn down there. Wow. Okay. Barely getting that over. Very piece dependent. Okay, he's going to use the S's and Z's to make singles and just chip away at that.
Yeah, lots of little cheesy holes over there. So 17,000 Pokenerd, 78,000 for Moodeuce here in the early goings.
Yeah, Moodeuce up to an early lead now. Pokenerd still dealing with...
Still digging. Making some headway, though.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's going to get back down with that double there. And Moodeuce in really good shape right now. The point lead and a clean play field. Pokenerd almost out of this. Covering his well with the long bar there. It's going to compromise him on points just a bit. Without the right pieces, he's going to have to deal with more holes in his stack, so he's going to be digging a bit more.
Moodeuce an 83,000 point lead right now. There's another Tetris piling on. 140 for Moodeuce, 36,000 for Pokenerd. Pokenerd is not Tetris yet.
Wow. Yeah, he's just been in dig mode. Gonna necessitate a call to the Smithsonian because they've got an epic dig happening. It's almost out. Okay, he's finally getting the right pieces for that. Boom! Dirty Tetris for Pokenerd, just covered in dirt. Archaeology factor confirmed for this match, and he is out. Boom! Tetris for Pokenerd. Boom Tetris for Moodeuce, now up by 100,000 points, 193,000 points for Moodeuce versus Pokenerd's 115. And that must be a big relief to get out of being in the dig for that long. Wow. 70 lines now. And Moodeuce continuing, having a clean play field, ready to score. Boom Tetris for Moodeuce, up by 100,000 points. And Pokenerd finally clean again. Bangs back a Tetris there, reducing the deficit slightly. He's finally got some momentum here. Moodeuce now having to take a single there and ready for a Tetris. And boom Tetris for Moodeuce. Pokenerd kind of covering his well again, so he's going to be unable to score for a while. And Moodeuce's lead opening up. 140,000 points now. One of the bigger matches, or one of the bigger leads of this match. And Pokenerd's clean again. See if he can catch up a bit before transition. Oh, a missed shift caused him to create some more holes in his stack, and now he's back into digging mode, high up there. He's waiting on some pieces that can help with that. The game's just not cooperating. Ooh, barely getting that over. Just, yeah, bad run of pieces there. Pokenerd not looking happy about that. Forced to just, he can't survive that. He's not going to be able to get over to the right. And Pokenerd is going to top out. Moodeuce takes that one, evening up the series. And the best of 5 has become a best of 1.
Look at that. So we know we've still got a match here with Joseph up 2 games to none over Jeff. We're having some technical issues, so we will bring that to you as soon as we get that resolved. Let's go ahead and give Moodeuce his heart. He has earned it. And start a countdown. Oh wait. Did Joseph win 3-0? Yeah, I'm sorry. I totally missed it. Why did I do that?
That was the proper sweep. Jeff goes to the second chance bracket, and we will see more action with Jeff once we know what's going to happen with these guys here, because they are in a decider.
Oh, what happened to me, man? I guess I was, people were complaining about this music, and I was going into these folders trying to get rid of songs and all that stuff, and I guess I just kind of zoned out that it was 3-0 sweep from Joseph over Jeff. Sorry about that. Ruining Tetris.
Aw. Only in the best ways possible. And we're off on this game. Pokenerd building up high on the left. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd. Up by 1. And Moodeuce super clean. Gonna bang down a Tetris, evening up the score. The early on neck and necks. And Pokenerd building up high. Moodeuce building clean. And Pokenerd's gonna bang down another Tetris. And Moodeuce starting to play cleaner and cleaner and with less digging. So let's see if that affects the score potential here. We're getting to see a lot of earlier top outs now, and things that we aren't. Yesterday's matches, we saw a lot of early top outs, and I'm just wondering if that's going to happen again today. We have really top class players that you don't expect to see that from. But maybe nerves are a factor for the newbies in the CTWC. And boom, Tetris for Moodeuce. Keeping it clean. Pokenerd now with some garbage he's going to have to clear off. That's a big spire in the middle. Oh, nice T-spin there. Doing his best to keep it clean, but that's kind of messy. He's double well dependent now.
Moodeuce had a clean play field, brought a piece back in to kind of get his open for the Tetris, but ended up causing himself a little bit of burning, which is okay because Pokenerd's burning right now. But Moodeuce in the lead, 174 to 155.
Moodeuce with he doesn't take the Tetris there. He could have seen the next piece and known that he could have banged down a dirty Tetris there, but instead takes the triple. But sometimes the first answer is the right answer, and Moodeuce will maintain a clean playfield with that.
Yeah, Moodeuce with a little mini spire there, and he's got that little basket there for the shape of an O piece, which I know he does not like. So trying to fill in around that.
Pokenerd got clean, and he's about ready to score again. And through all that, he still managed to maintain a lead now, and we're neck and neck. Moodeuce getting back with clean playfield, scoring a Tetris. Pokenerd playing dirty now, and, opting to burn down some lines instead of keeping that well that was almost ready for a Tetris. So he is going to be in dig mode for just a bit, and Moodeuce is going to jump into the lead there with that Tetris. 259,000 points versus Pokenerd's 247. Pokenerd super clean now. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd, jumping into a very slight lead. We're neck and neck. Moodeuce waiting for a long bar to score off that. He's going to take some singles there. Covered up as well. Not able to capitalize, but there's another long bar. Boom, Tetris for Moodeuce. Double well dependent there, causing some problems on his board, so it's going to be in a bit of a dig. Taking a double off the top there, drilling back down with doubles. Pokenerd also playing dirty off the top, but then opening it up. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd.
Uh-oh, I think, Chris, are you getting Amazon Prime delivery? Sounded like someone was knocking at the door there or something.
That's exactly what it was.
What'd you get? Anything good?
Actually, yes. It's a clone Nest pad for use with Tetris Effect connected.
See, I know. You and I are so connected, I think. I think we've become, over the course of these past 2 weekends, very in sync here. 359 for Pokenerd, 334 for Moodeuce.
But yeah, they make USB NES clone pads, and some of them work really well with the PC. You just have to find one that is Xbox 360 compatible. Ooh, lots of hole for Moodeuce there.
Yeah, Moodeuce with kind of a bad placement of a T-piece there. Now he's low enough, and this should be burnable, but obviously did not like that. And he's back by about a Tetris here. Pokenerd 2 lines from transition. Going to try to squeeze out a Tetris here. Setting up a couple of a little overhang there. He's going to Tetris into transition, 391.
Yeah. Ooh.
Tetris for
Pokenerd
Moodeuce.
having to...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Pokenerd having to burn back down like right after transition. So we'll see if that affects his ability. Okay. He gets clean. He has to cover up as well immediately, though. And he's going to be digging right at the start of 19. Not something you want to be doing. Trying to get safe. Drilling back down. Looks like he's going to be able to drill back down. Finally getting some decent pieces there, but he's putting weight on top of his well. So that's another 4 lines he's going to have to burn before he can score again. Moodeuce is going to be able to take the lead there. Boom, Tetris for Pokenerd, finally getting out of that. And now he's clean again. Now Moodeuce having to do some cleaning.
Yeah, weird placement for that L piece from Pokenerd, but able to burn that down. Oh no, Moodeuce, that left side could be fatal.
If he can reduce it.
Oh no, that will be fatal for Moodeuce.
Oh man.
That
just
go ahead.
Quitting out already. He just knows he can't get anything over there.
Yeah, DAS player with full DAS and quick tap can get a piece over 8 high, the 9th column on the left, and he was 9 high and he knew it.
Wow. But yeah. Pokenerd taking that one and taking the series. And that's gonna do it for Moodeuce, but great games by him. Yeah,
forcing a decider here. Coming in here as the 64th seed in a really tough year to come in. And really qualified with kind of the game of his life in his qualifier. Made his way in here and had a couple memorable matches here for sure. One against Joseph for sure.
Oh yeah, people are gonna be memeing these for years.
Yeah,
like for both these matches here. So
yeah, and they'll also be making fun of all the mistakes he made. So I'm sure we'll see that on his stream.